I'm Matt Friedman for WLCSports.com, and we're here with the Warrior of the Week for September 23rd to 29th, Junior Julie Favorite. Julie, before we begin, tell the viewers about where you're from and what your major is.
Yeah, I'm from New London, Wisconsin, just a couple hours north of here. It's kind of a small town, so if you've never heard of New London, it's about a half hour from Appleton, if that helps. I'm here at WLC studying psychology in my third year.
So Julie is a junior and had a very good meet last Friday at the Brisbane Lundin Invitational, a 415 runner field, and you finished 16th on the 6K course, a time of 22:55, the sixth fastest time in school history, second best mark in the conference this season. Take us through that race. What was going through your mind, and how were you able to work your way into that 16th place finish?
Yeah, it was a unique race being at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, so basically my day was go to class, sit on a bus for 3 hours, and go race. So it was a little hard, just getting into that different kind of mindset of where I've been all day and now having to race and everything. The race itself, it was hard, it was fast. I knew from the beginning that it was going to be a hard race. It was on a golf course, so it was expected to be fast, which it was. And being in such a field of so many runners, that was exciting too, just to see so many people around me. It was good to have people to run with, to help pace myself. But it was a hard, fast race. Halfway through, my shoe came untied too, so I didn't know what was going to... I'm just like, do I just throw my shoe away or what? No, but so that kind of bothered me a little bit. But it was a good opportunity to run there because that's where we'll be running at regionals too. So getting to know the course and getting comfortable with it, that was good.
How did you end up handling that shoe incident?
Well, I felt something on my leg. And I looked down. I'm like, that's my shoelace, isn't it? I'm just like, do I throw away my shoe? Do I, run without it? Because, not wanting to trip. And I'm like, I can't run half barefoot. What am I thinking? So I was just kind of like hoping and praying that it wouldn't come off, or I wouldn't trip on it, or no one else would trip on it. Now looking back, it was really funny, but now I just know to tie my shoes extra tight next time.
Now, you mentioned it was a very big field at that last meet. How were you able to get out of the box? I know that's very important, to have a strong start, but also when you have such a big field and all the runners clump together, how do you find your way out of that big clump to get further ahead?
Yeah, we were talking before the race, talking a little bit strategy, joking a little bit about what to do, whether it's going to be elbow people or catch people with your spikes. Wouldn't do that though, but fortunately, we were in box number 2 out of like 30 something, so we were right on the end. So at first it was we were a little iffy about it being on the end, but I think ultimately it was better that way, because we didn't have so many people rushing in around us, that we were the ones rushing in. So fortunately, at least for me, no elbows were thrown, no one got hurt, as far as I know. So, and like I said earlier, just having so many runners there, just being able to run with people and pace yourself, it was a huge advantage.
Now, Julie, you're off to a strong start this season. You were 2nd at St. Norbert, 9th at Whitewater, 16th at Augustana. What can you contribute to that success that you've had so far?
Just continuing to work hard. I mean, I worked out a lot over summer, and the meet at St. Norbert's, it was a good chance to see how my efforts over the spring and then into summer, how that paid off. It was also a good chance to establish goals for the upcoming season. Where do I want to be at this next race, in the middle of the season and at the end of the season. And now that we are getting into mid-season, it's encouraging to know that being successful, especially at St. Norbert's right away, it wasn't just a fluke that I did so good at that race. I can see how I've continued to improve, and hopefully will continue through the rest of the season.
And going right along with that, do you have personal goals that you've set for yourself for the rest of this season?
Nothing too specific. When it comes to times, I guess just hoping to keep on improving and get more PRs every race, which it'll be hard, but it's definitely possible. Looking forward to see how I do at regionals at Augustana compared to how we just ran at their course just this last weekend. So.
And now this upcoming weekend, you have the WLC Invitational. How big of an advantage is it for you to be racing on the course that you're very familiar with?
Yeah, I think it's great. I gotta be honest, I didn't really have the course memorized by heart until Tuesday. We went there and we ran our workout there, and I ran the course like 2 or 3 times. So I know it now, thank goodness. But yeah, it's definitely a huge advantage. Just knowing where, even just the few, where the hills are, what's a trouble spot along the course. I can picture in my head when exactly I'm going to start feeling like I want to slow down and when I'm going to have to mentally pick it up. I know exactly where I'll be when I just want to be done, and I'll be like, no, just 1 more K to go. So it's good knowing those spots along the course so that you can kick it into gear mentally and then physically as well. I probably have a big bias being, it being our home course, but I think it's probably my favorite course that I've ever run. Just the perfect balance of hills, but not too many. It's got the nice trails, but not all trails. So it's a good combination of everything. I really like it.
That's our Warrior of the Week, Julie Favorite. Julie, thanks for joining us, and have a great race this weekend.
Thank you.